back to Diecast Graveyard. My name is Paul. Today we're going to customize a Hot Wheels Redline Demon. Now this car is in pretty rough shape and it definitely needs an overhaul. There's a lot of paint missing off this bad boy. The wheels are worn out and it definitely needs an overhaul. Well, we'll see what we can do with it. Let's go ahead and drill out the posts and get this car apart and see what we got to do to it. I've drilled out the post and I've tapped it for a screw. Now this car only has one post because it's got a little tab in the back. Let's take out the interior. Take a look at that. Interior is pretty good, just needs a little bit of cleaning. This windshield here is in fairly good shape, but man, it leans back pretty far. I mean, I'm not crazy about how that works, but we'll do the best we can with it. Now the body doesn't have an engine, so I'm going to have to find an engine to put in this thing. This is why I'm going to make a custom. Now I did find an engine out of an older spoiler that I had, so I filed that down to get it to fit nice, and we're going to put a spoiler's engine in there out of a heavy Chevy or a TNT bird or something. Now the plastic suspension for the wheels seems to be in pretty good shape. The base is tarnished and the wheels definitely need replacing, so we'll get that taken care of also. Alright, we got the body here. We're going to put it in some stripper. We're going to cover that up really good and let it sit for a while and let the magic juices do their magic. Make sure you get the inside and the outside. We're going to do a little bit of a color change on this also, since it is technically a custom. I think what we're going to paint this, we're going to do Spectre Flame Ice Blue. I think that'll be a really nice paint job. I'm also trying to strip the paint off of a 68 Nova. I think this is a Nova out of the movie Beverly Hills Cop. I love the car. I hate the old, beat up paint job and stuff like that, but this will be for a future video. Alright, let's let this sit for a while and we'll get back to it here in just a little while.
Someone is being exhumed.
Now with the base being tarnished, we're going to put this in a mixture of lime-away and water, a 50-50 mixture. Now, as I've stated in many videos in the past, you don't want to let this sit more than 4 minutes. While we're at it, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and click on that little bell to be alerted to any future videos. Now again, 4 minutes. You don't want to let it sit more than that because you can chemically stain the metal here, and once you do that, it's really hard to get it off. Keep an eye on it, and you may have to let it go a little bit longer, but please be careful with this. Now after it sits your 4 minutes, you're going to take it out of the lime-away and water mixture, and we're going to scrub it down with a brass brush. We've had it in there for about 4 minutes. Now we're going to scrub this down. Just don't press too hard because you can definitely still scratch the metal base. But here we're going to get the tarnish off. Don't forget the front end and the back end because that's part of the base, and it'll come out nice and clean. Now we want to go ahead and put some paint on. Here we're going to paint the car in ice blue. First thing we do is we spray a couple of light mist coats on there, or tack coats, and just keep moving around the car. The body was in pretty bad shape. There was some toning and there's some defects in it, but I think with what we're going to do here, this is going to turn out pretty good. Just keep laying down color, but keep moving. Once you get a nice tack coat on there, then go ahead and let it sit for about 5 minutes just to give it time to start to get a little sticky, and then you're going to go back in and put some more coats of paint on. Just keep rotating your car. That way there you won't get the buildup of paint and you won't get the drips and the runs. color's really starting to come to life here. This is looking nice. I love all the different shades of blue that the Spectre Flame paint comes in. Plus, if you really want to, you can take different shades or different colors of Spectre Flame paint and mix it up and make your own combinations if you're not happy with what you got. It'll look really, really nice. Don't forget to get the inside hard to reach places like your fender wells, etc., and anything that you might be able to see. We've let it sit now for about 5 minutes, so now we're going to go back in and we're going to spray a little bit of heavier coats of paint on here. The pressure that I'm using is approximately 20 to 25 pounds. Remember that the higher the pressure on your compressor, the more paint is going to spray out. And the reason I say that is because more pressure is going to allow more paint to go forward. So you definitely want to keep that fairly low because you can oversaturate your car really, really quick. So keep it down around 20 pounds and you should be good to go. Again, as I've said in the past, just keep rotating your car as you paint so you don't get that real super heavy buildup. If you start seeing that it gets super shiny, that means that the coats of paint on there are really thick and you're about at the point where it might start running. So you want to take your time, let that sit for a few minutes, and then maybe come back in and put a few more coats on there. Now, of course, with the Spectre Flame paint, the more coats you put on there, the darker it's going to get. Now, this is starting to look really nice, but if you wanted a little bit darker blue, you could definitely do that by putting more coats of paint on. Just be careful about how thick you put that paint on. This is starting to look really sweet. I'm liking where this is going. Let's move on. Now that we've had the car painted, I've let it sit overnight. I'm going to spray it with this iridescent sparkle. It's more of a holographic aluminum metal flake. That's the words I'm looking for there. Holographic aluminum metal flake. This stuff is really cool. Now you can have any background color you want to, black or blue or red or orange or whatever, and this holographic metal flake is going to show up on it. Now the lighting doesn't do justice in here, it just looks like a bunch of specks, but I'll tell you, when the sun hits this or the light hits it really, really nice, man, it shines. I went ahead and polished up the engine that I got out of the spoiler. I put some new sneakers on there, that's good. We cleaned up the base, the front and the back, and we cleaned up the windshield. Now I went ahead and glued that windshield in place because it just kept falling out. But that's going to go together nice. Look at that iridescence, that is absolutely stunning. Really, really sweet. Well, we got all the parts together. Let's put it together and do our reveal. And this is what we started with. A beat up old Redline Demon. Now, believe it or not, in the early 1970s, this car was featured in a Hot Wheels cartoon show. And the rival car was the Jackrabbit Special. Of course, being white and like that, those were the good guys. Dexter Demon, or this car was called Dexter's Demon. And he was always the bad guy, always starting trouble and getting in trouble with the police and all that stuff. But get a chance, go on YouTube and check it out. The old Hot Wheels cartoon show. That was pretty popular back in like 71, 72, something like that. But we took this car apart, we stripped it down, we cleaned it up, we put new tires on it, we replaced the engine, we gave it a killer paint job, and it turned out fantastic. And this is what we turned up with. A beautiful new car with a fantastic custom paint job. The holographic metal flake sparkle on there just looks fantastic. The brand new tires on there from the Redline shop, they look great. The new spoiler engine in there fits. I had to file it down a little bit to get it to fit, but it looks really cool sitting in that car. Now, here's the best part. As a subscriber, you're going to have a chance to win this car. What you need to do is put down in the comments Redline Junkyard, and then go to the Facebook page Redline Junkyard and click the like and join that page. This page here is a page that was created by myself and a friend of mine, Hunter Smith, and this is where you can buy Redline cars to restore. So comment Redline Junkyard and go join the Facebook page, and in a week we will do a drawing for the new car, or who's going to win this car. And to top it off, this car has a custom card and it is signed by me, and you can win this by going to Redline Junkyard, joining the page, and being a subscriber on my channel. And that doesn't cost you anything. You can win this car for free. So let's have some fun, and good luck to whoever wins this car. Thank you for your time today. I sure do appreciate you as my subscribers and anybody who watches my videos. This is Paul from Diecast Graveyard. Thank you again for following me, and we got a lot more videos coming. Have a great day.